Threads of change where fashion meets sustainability. In a world where our choices matter more than ever, fashion is taking a bold step towards a sustainable future. Fashion, a powerful form of self-expression. It's how we tell our stories, how we present ourselves to the world. But now, it's also becoming a way to show our commitment to the planet, a reflection of our values. Our clothes are no longer just about looking good, they're about feeling good, knowing that we're making choices that benefit the environment and society. For too long, fast fashion reigned supreme. The allure of cheap, trendy clothing was hard to resist. But this came at a significant cost. Trends changed quickly, clothes were cheap and disposable, but something is shifting. People are starting to see the impact of their choices. A new awareness is growing. Conversations about sustainability are becoming mainstream, and more people are looking for ways to make a difference. We're realizing the environmental cost of our clothes. The pollution, the waste, the exploitation, it's all becoming too much to ignore. Now a new wave of fashion is here. Designers and consumers alike are embracing eco-friendly materials and ethical production methods. Eco-friendly urban fashion is on the rise, and it's changing everything, from the way we shop to the way we think about our wardrobes. This movement represents a shift towards mindful consumption. It's about being intentional with our purchases and supporting brands that align with our values. It's about choosing quality over quantity, investing in pieces that are made to last rather than those that will be discarded after a few wears. It's about embracing timeless designs that transcend fleeting trends, fashion that is not only stylish but also sustainable. It's about understanding the journey of our clothes, from the materials used to the hands that made them. Every piece has a story, and it's one worth knowing. This is about more than just looking good. It's about doing good. It's about making choices that have a positive impact on the world around us. Eco-friendly fashion is a statement. It's a declaration of our commitment to sustainability and ethical practices. It's a statement about who we are and what we believe in. It's about showing the world that we care about more than just appearances. It says we care about the planet and its people, that we're willing to make changes in our lives to support a healthier, more sustainable future. It says we're part of a movement that's bigger than ourselves, a movement that's about community, responsibility, and making a difference. And that's a powerful message to send. Together, we can redefine fashion and create a future where style and sustainability go hand in hand. The green seed, early days of eco-conscious style. The seeds of the eco-friendly fashion movement were sown decades ago, during a time when environmental awareness was just beginning to take root in the public consciousness. Pioneers like Catherine Hamnett and Patagonia emerged, challenging the industry's status quo. They were not just designers. They were visionaries who saw the potential for fashion to be a force for good. They used their platforms to raise awareness about environmental and social issues within the fashion industry. Their efforts were groundbreaking, as they highlighted the hidden costs of fashion production, from pollution to labor exploitation. They were met with resistance, of course. The mainstream fashion industry was skeptical, and many dismissed their ideas as impractical or overly idealistic. Sustainable fashion was often seen as niche, expensive, and lacking in style. It was a tough sell in a market dominated by fast fashion and disposable trends. But these early adopters persisted. They were driven by a deep conviction that fashion could be both beautiful and responsible. They believed in a different kind of fashion industry, one that was kinder to the planet and its people. They experimented with organic fabrics, recycled materials, and ethical production methods. Slowly but surely, their message began to resonate. Consumers started paying attention. They began to see the connection between their clothing choices and the health of the planet. They began demanding more transparency from brands. They wanted to know the story behind their clothes, from the raw materials to the finished product. They wanted to know where their clothes came from and how they were made. This demand for transparency put pressure on brands to reveal their supply chains and production practices. The rise of social media amplified these voices. Platforms like Instagram and Twitter became powerful tools for spreading awareness and mobilizing consumers. Consumers shared their concerns about the environmental and social impact of fast fashion. They used social media to hold brands accountable and to advocate for more sustainable practices. Hashtags like #WhoMadeMyClothes and #SustainableFashion gained traction, sparking important conversations. These movements encourage people to think critically about their fashion choices. The fashion industry could no longer ignore the growing demand for change. Brands began to adopt more sustainable practices, and the concept of eco-conscious fashion started to enter the mainstream. Urban Outfitters, but make it eco brands leading the charge. Today, a new generation of eco-friendly urban fashion brands is leading the charge. They're proving that sustainability and style are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they're demonstrating that sustainable fashion can be innovative, desirable, and accessible. These brands are popping up everywhere, from bustling city streets to online marketplaces. Take, for example, Reformation. This Los Angeles-based brand has taken the fashion world by storm with its commitment to sustainable practices and its effortlessly chic designs. Reformation uses eco-friendly materials like tencel and organic cotton, and it tracks its environmental footprint through its RefScale initiative. Then there's Everlane, a brand built on the principles of radical transparency and ethical production. Everlane partners directly with factories around the world, ensuring fair wages and safe working conditions. The brand also uses innovative materials like recycled plastic bottles and organic cotton, reducing its environmental impact. From waste to wardrobe, the innovation of sustainable fashion. This movement is not just a trend, it's a revolution that's reshaping the entire fashion industry. One of the most exciting aspects of the eco-friendly fashion movement is the incredible innovation it's driving. Designers and brands are coming together to rethink every aspect of fashion, from the materials used to the methods of production. Brands are constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible, finding new and creative ways to create beautiful and sustainable garments. This involves not only the use of eco-friendly materials, but also innovative design techniques that minimize waste. They're experimenting with new materials, embracing circularity, and challenging the traditional fashion calendar. By doing so, they are setting new standards for what fashion can and should be. Take, for example, the rise of innovative materials like Pinatex, a leather alternative made from pineapple leaf fibers. This material is not only sustainable but also versatile, offering a cruelty-free option for fashion lovers. This versatile material is not only cruelty-free, but also helps to reduce agricultural waste. By repurposing what would otherwise be discarded, Pinatex is a shining example of how innovation can lead to more sustainable practices. Another exciting development is the use of recycled materials. This approach not only reduces waste, but also conserves resources, making it a win-win for both the environment and the fashion industry. Brands are now transforming plastic bottles, fishing nets, and even old clothes into new garments, reducing waste and giving materials a second life. This process, known as upcycling, is becoming increasingly popular as consumers demand more sustainable options. The eco-friendly fashion movement is also embracing the concept of circularity. This means designing clothes for longevity, encouraging repair and reuse, and ultimately keeping garments out of landfills. It's a holistic approach that considers the entire life cycle of a garment. This means designing clothes for longevity, encouraging repair and reuse, and ultimately keeping garments out of landfills. By focusing on durability and quality, brands are ensuring that their products stand the test of time. Some brands are even experimenting with clothing rental programs, allowing consumers to access stylish pieces without the commitment of ownership. This model not only reduces waste, but also offers a flexible and cost-effective way to enjoy fashion. Community initiatives like clothing swaps are also gaining popularity. These events bring people together to exchange garments, fostering a sense of community while promoting sustainable fashion practices. Social media and influencers are playing a significant role in spreading the message of sustainable fashion. By showcasing eco-friendly brands and sharing tips on sustainable living, they are inspiring a new generation of conscious consumers. The industry is also recognizing and rewarding innovation in sustainable fashion. Awards and accolades are being given to brands and designers who are leading the way in eco-friendly practices, encouraging others to follow suit. As we look to the future, the potential for sustainable fashion is limitless. With continued innovation and a growing commitment to sustainability, the fashion industry is poised to make a lasting positive impact on our planet. The innovation of sustainable fashion is not just about creating eco-friendly garments, it's about building a better future for everyone. By embracing these practices, we can all contribute to a more sustainable and equitable world. The power of the purchase consumers as changemakers. The rise of eco-friendly urban fashion wouldn't be possible without the support of conscious consumers. consumers are becoming increasingly aware of the impact of their purchasing decisions. They're asking questions, demanding transparency, and choosing to support brands that align with their values. This shift in consumer behavior is sending a powerful message to the fashion industry. Brands are realizing that sustainability is no longer a niche concern. It's a business imperative. Consumers are voting with their wallets, choosing to support brands that are doing their part to protect the planet and its people. As consumers, we have the power to shape the future of fashion. Every purchase we make is an opportunity to support the brands that are leading the way in sustainability. By choosing eco-friendly options, we can help to create a more ethical and sustainable fashion industry. Threads of hope, a future woven with sustainability. The rise of eco-friendly urban fashion brands is a sign of hope. It's a sign that change is possible, that a more sustainable and ethical fashion industry is within reach. This movement is about more than just clothes. It's about creating a better future for all. As we move forward, it's important to remember that sustainability is a journey, not a destination. There's always more to learn, more to do, and more ways to make a difference. But by working together, brands, consumers, and innovators, we can create a fashion industry that is as beautiful as it is responsible. The future of fashion is in our hands. Let's choose to make it a sustainable one.